A new set of rules is rewriting how AI affects your daily life, and it's not what you expect. For years, AI was treated like software, installed, used, and often forgotten. Now, in Europe, it's being held to a standard more like medicine or aviation. If an AI helps diagnose your symptoms or decide your credit score, it must first prove it's not dangerous. This isn't just a legal checkbox. It means the AI must explain why it made a decision. Imagine your phone recommending a product, then showing why, based on your past choices, not just randomness. If it can't launch. But it gets stranger. These rules don't just apply to European companies. Any AI that touches a European user, whether it's built in California, Beijing, or Bangalore, has to follow them. It's like a global speed limit for AI. And here's the kicker. Breaking these rules isn't just bad for business, it's illegal. Companies can now be fined for skipping the safety steps. The real battle isn't in the code. It's in who follows the rules and who tries to ignore them. The EU just finalized a law that forces AI systems to prove they're safe before they're used in health, jobs, and even shopping. This isn't a vague guideline or a symbolic statement, it's a hard requirement. If an AI makes a decision about your health, your employment, or your next online purchase, it must first go through a process that proves it won't harm you. Think of it like a doctor having to show their training before treating you. But how does an AI show it's safe? It has to prove it won't make decisions based on biased data or faulty logic. That means if an AI recommends a job candidate, it has to show it's not favoring certain genders or ethnicities. If it can't, it doesn't get approved. And this doesn't just apply to AI developed in Europe. If a company in China or the US creates a tool that reaches European users, it must follow the same rules. It's not just about local tech, it's about controlling how AI behaves globally. This law is more than paperwork. It changes how companies build AI. They can't just code and hope. They must plan for transparency from the start. The real question is, will other countries follow, or will they ignore it? For the first time, AI can't just work. It has to show its homework, like a student handed a report back for editing. Before it can influence your life, it has to pass a kind of school test. This means an AI that suggests a loan to you or a job candidate to a hiring manager can't just give an answer. It has to be able to explain how it got there. It's not enough to be right. You have to prove you were fair. This is a big shift. Until now, most AI systems operated in the dark. You got an outcome, but not the recipe. Now, you're getting a recipe, and you can check the ingredients. If the AI used data that was incomplete or unfair, the system has to flag it. That could be anything from biased hiring patterns to flawed product recommendations. What makes this rule powerful is how it forces companies to build AI with fairness in mind from the start. It's not just about fixing problems after the fact, it's about designing better systems in the first place. And because these rules apply to any AI touching European users, not just European ones, it's starting to shape how AI is built worldwide. The verified stamp might seem small, but it changes everything. You no longer just get a recommendation, you get a guarantee it's not hiding something. That tiny label means the AI had to prove it wasn't favoring one brand over another or using data that excluded certain groups. And if it fails, the system gets blocked. This isn't just for shopping. Imagine applying for a job and seeing a tag next to the interview AI. This system was checked for bias. Or a doctor using a medical app with a safety verified seal. You're not just trusting the result, you're trusting the process. But what if the AI can't explain itself? Then it can't be used. That's a huge shift. Until now, companies could hide how their AI made decisions. Now, they have to open the book. And if they don't, the EU is ready to fine them. What you see on your phone isn't just tech, it's a battle being fought over fairness, and now you're holding the weapon. This rule applies even if the AI is made in China or the US. Any tool that touches Europeans must pass this test. That means AI built halfway around the world still has to follow Europe's rules. It's like if a car built in Japan still had to meet European safety standards before driving on European roads. And that's the real twist. For years, tech companies set their own rules, hiding behind borders and loopholes. Now, if they want to sell to Europe, they can't just promise safety, they have to prove it. This puts Europe in control, even over companies that ignore them. If a US company's AI is used in an app downloaded in Paris, it has to meet the same checks as one built in Berlin. That's a game changer. It forces companies to be more careful, not just to avoid fines, but to keep doing business in Europe at all. And it's not just about rules. It changes how AI is built. Companies now have to design systems that can be inspected, questioned, and explained. Because if the AI can't be understood, it can't be sold. And in Europe, that's the new rule. This isn't a malfunction, it's a new rule. In some places now, any AI-powered machine must pause and let a human double-check its judgment. This isn't just about safety, it's about trust. You see, the law isn't stopping AI from thinking. It's making sure someone understands what it's thinking. But what if the AI doesn't make sense? What if no one can explain why it made that choice? That's a big problem. Because now, companies can't just build something and hope. They have to build something that can be explained, and this is where things get really tricky. Imagine an AI making a hiring decision. It rejects a candidate, but why? The law doesn't just say, no discrimination. It says, show your work. This is a huge shift. For the first time, AI isn't just a tool, it's a process. And if it can't explain itself, it can't operate. Europe's new rule isn't just for robots in factories, it's for every AI that touches your life. And now, you can look closer, because the AI has to let you. The real danger wasn't the AI itself, it was the companies trying to hide behind it. For years, businesses used AI as a black box. They said, the algorithm decided, and no one could ask why. Now, they can't. If an AI can't explain itself, it can't be used. That's the new rule. And this isn't just in Europe. Companies around the world now have to build AI that can be checked, questioned, and improved. That's not just a technical challenge, it's a business one. Startups are scrambling to adapt. Big companies are rewriting their strategies. The ones who ignore the rules won't just be wrong, they'll be out of business. But here's the twist. This law isn't stopping AI, it's making it better. Now, when you see that verified stamp, you can actually trust it. And that changes everything. Because finally, the people using AI can finally understand it. What happens when AI becomes something you can control, instead of something that controls you?